Inside Sports. Behind the scenes at the Grey Cup.
Getting ready for the third. Off for the third one. I'm gonna wear the third one right here, because all the rest of my fingers are messed up. I said I can't even make a fifth.
A showboat gets ready for launching.
More money, more money, more money. Got to get paid.
But does more money mean there must be CFL teams in the U.S.? A Winnipeg MP says no way. Welcome to TSN Inside Sports. I'm Dave Hodge. He's an in-your-face kind of guy with a reputation for stirring things up, doing anything he can to put the opponent off balance. Yes, we're talking about James West, and fortunately he has the talent to back up the bravado and the nickname to go with it. Wild West says it all about this 11-year CFL veteran. For the last 8 of those years, he has been an unofficial spokesman for a Winnipeg defense that has used linebackers to leave its calling card next to fallen quarterbacks. Talking a good game has always been part of West's repertoire. Last week, he baited Calgary's Doug Flutie, saying Flutie had a big head and ought to come down off his pedestal. Well, the results of the Grey Cup game speak for themselves, and Flutie's still on that pedestal. Let's just say that Wild West won't be getting a third Grey Cup ring to add to his collection. But his resume and his attitude did make James West an interesting study for Grey Cup week, so we studied him. During the build-up to the game, in which he played a leading role, to the aftermath of a game in which he was not prominent. We'll get a Calgary viewpoint on the game as well, and we will chat with Winnipeg MP Lloyd Axworthy, who wants to outlaw CFL expansion to the United States. But first, our extended walk on the wild side.
How you doing that for?
Inside Sports.
Inside Sports, huh? You trying to do a story on guys who are in their 40s still playing professional sports, huh?
That's the 40s, 50s. Jeez.
Me and Dave Winfield and Nolan Ryan. You notice all those guys are old, like George Foreman and Nolan Ryan.
All the guys making
Dave
big bucks
Winfield?
now.
No, not on that. I was the other one. Myself, we're from the Houston area.
Oh, so is that it?
Yeah. It's some of the drinking water down in Houston.
Do you find it ridiculous that Calgary is favored in this?
Oh, no, not at all. As a matter of fact, we're glad they're favored. I mean, we like the underdog role. Every Grey Cup that I played in personally, we've been underdogs. You got some money for me, brother? That's about $400.
That's just for one day. How about that?
4 Tuesday and Wednesday.
I'll give you some more tomorrow.
Now, this show you that money isn't big here. I'm going to show you how much money this is. $2. Just $2. It was a Tuesday and Wednesday.
$1 each. That's all I can get.
$2 in here.
$2. That's all they're allowed to get.
I told that. $5. Hey, I lied. Ooh, more money, more money, more money.
Hey, now did not take care of you.
Right on, dog. Appreciate it. More money.
I think that's it, sir.
Go see the family. Hey! What's going on? Hey, little family. What's going on? Where your mom at? Well, this is nice. Y'all gonna try them on? This is look like a slip. You got enough to feel up here?
That one. That's what I said.
So we all said we gonna get something to eat right now.
Okay.
All right? Okay. That's my homegirls right there, them Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. All right. Chris, come here, Chris. This is my heir apparent, my protege, my right inside linebacker throwing, Chris St. Gary.
You can send me up here to take care of the guy, man. He's too wild for us. I got the
Isn't he gonna get dressed for the thing tonight?
I'm dressed. I'm a rookie. Strange.
I'm gonna wear both of my rings tonight.
Right.
Getting ready for the third. Off for the third one. I'm gonna wear the third one right here, because all the rest of my fingers are messed up. I said I can't even make a fifth. That's ugly. For kids who want to play football, look what you have to look forward to. Don't do it. Go to law school or something. Hey!
clean, I should say.
My man going to pick up his hardware. Yeah. Oh, you gonna win, bro. If you don't win, bro, it's a travesty.
I don't know if it's back to coffee. Where's the alcohol? Right behind us.
Oh, good. Oh, that is. It's all right. Y'all want to look?
Yes.
Hold on, let me find y'all a hotel right quick. That is right there.
It's right there.
The Hilton. Let me find your room. Oh, that's me. I know Oswald felt. Man. All right, let me sit in there for just one time. Because I know this is the closest I get
See,
to
a
one.
big guy like you, you're gonna have a hard time fitting. You'll
Will
find
I?
your head. You'll try it. But you'll find. Watch your head. You'll whack it. I told you.
No, I don't want this.
And Darcy Cobb.
When I heard pep rally, I thought it would be a really big event and a real rah-rah thing. It's a bit of a disappointing crowd. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I feel the same way, but I anticipated that. Like I told some guys earlier in the week, when we got off the plane, there was only 4 cheerleaders there, and we felt like the entire week is indicative. I think that set the pace right there when we got off the plane. We knew what the crowd was going to be like the week, and we knew what the attendance was going to be like. But I can tell you that the people out here, they seem like they pro-Calgary. That's the first time I ever got booed in my life.
Mr. West.
Good morning, guys. What's going on?
How are we doing today?
Not getting enough sleep.
Oh, no?
I'm going to bed early tonight, though.
What time did you get to bed last night?
Then I get to bed last night about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I got to get some sleep. Is that me or what? Look at them lips on that, brother. Yeah. A little bit of this breakfast down. You live breakfast? You live breakfast? I had already had the foundation laid as far as being a Christian, but I think my spirituality has really taken a step upward since I became a professional athlete, because people see you more in a different light, and you're in the public light more, and it's an opportunity for you to spread the gospel throughout the entire nation. So I think it's a perfect opportunity for people to see us in a different light.
Less than 24 hours for the big game. The boys are getting pumped. They ready to get more money, more money, more money. Got to get paid.
Can you describe him as a father? Like not so much as a player, but as a
He's
father.
more like a brother than a father.
Hey, Cal, snap out a picture, man.
It's like a brother, a big brother to me. He considers me as his little sister, not his daughter, actually.
He good go off the way. Hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man. You on TV? Hey man.
And I'll have on my show next week transvestite linebackers who have come out of the closet, so be looking for it.
See you guys later, huh?
You touched on your background a little bit earlier. We were off camera. Maybe you could discuss growing up in Texas and your father's death at a very young age.
Yeah, well, I died. I mean, I'm still living. I'm still living, thankfully. I was 13 when my father died, and my father was my idol, my biggest role model. He was a hard worker, and he always instilled in his children to work hard for whatever you want. He didn't have a great education. He was just a laborer, and he used to lay pipes in the 18 or 20 feet moats to lay pipe. And one evening, one side caved in and crushed him and killed him, and I miss my father a lot. I missed him a lot.
Do you think, in spirit, he's seen you and he's seen you win Grey Cups and he's going to watch you today?
Yeah, in spirit, I feel like he is. And my father he wasn't deeply spiritually rooted, but I know he accepted Christ at one point in his life, and I feel like once you accept Christ, you always have this spirituality and you have everlasting life. So I feel like somewhere up there he's watching me and proud that I'm carrying his name on.
Better team today. Y'all got a good job, bro. Good job, bro. Y'all deserve to win. All right, thanks. All right.
You've been pretty boastful and saying, you're going to get a third ring and, talking big. Did you regret any of that now?
No, I don't regret any of it. I mean, I strive on emotion. That's my game, and not only am I pumping myself up, I think I'm pumping my teammates up also. And I don't think it was more of a boast. I don't think I said anything boastful during the week. Some of the comments that I made were my personal opinions. I never said that I would beat somebody up with this. I said if I get a chance to hit Doug Flutie, I would. I didn't get a chance. That would happen.
Doug, do you have any thoughts on James West? He hasn't been very complimentary of you the last while.
That's just James' nature. He's a class individual. He's just having fun, and it was Grey Cup week and trying to stir things up. But a couple times out on the field, he got some shots on me, and he went in hard, and then picked you up off the floor and said, "Okay, here we go. We'll get back to the next play."
You good, huh? Make kiss. Good luck on basketball this week, huh? Peace, TSN. Word. See you guys later. I had fun.
If James West wasn't as wild as usual, it might have been in keeping with the general tone of Toronto's Grey Cup week, or maybe a harbinger of things to come for the Bombers. Whatever, we thank him for his cooperation and Mark Bunting for our inside look at a true CFL character. Take a short break now on TSN Inside Sports, and when we continue, we'll hear Calgary's side of the story from the game's top Canadian, Dave Sapungis. We'll be right back.
TSN Inside Sports, brought to you by Mazda. It just feels right. And by Valvoline Motor Oil. People who know use Valvoline.
He was last year's outstanding Canadian player in a Grey Cup game the Stampeders lost to the Argos. This year, Dave Sapungis has a Grey Cup ring to go along with another top Canadian award. Dave Sapungis speaks with us from Calgary. Dave, give us a sense of how Calgary feels about the Grey Cup that you brought back with you.
Well, we arrived just a while ago, and there's so many fans outside of the stadium, and I think since Calgary has not had the Grey Cup here for 21 years, the city is going crazy, and it's great to see. You come out west, and it's such a different attitude when it comes to the Grey Cup, and it's just fantastic right now.
The way the game went, it gave you a chance to begin celebrating before it was over. I know you're going to say you didn't do that, but it really was a foregone conclusion almost from the time you scored your touchdown, to me at least. Could you enjoy it more because of the way the victory was achieved?
I think so. I look back a week ago when we played Edmonton, and it went down to the last minute. And it was, I mean, it was a tough game, and it was so nice to have the game really wrapped up by the third quarter. I felt that we dominated the whole game. I didn't feel there was one point in the game where we felt that Winnipeg had a chance to come back. And you know, the whole thing about Winnipeg's defense, how great they were, I like to mention how strong our defense was this game, and they came up with a big game, and everyone played an excellent game. But yeah, we felt like we dominated, and that's the way we wanted to play.
How nice is it to play with a quarterback who is virtually blitz-proof and who is going to throw the ball exactly to the spot you're supposed to go? If you can get there, it ought to be a completed pass.
Exactly. I mean, he's been, it's so great to have Doug in the team. I remember last year when he won the most outstanding player, and he said he wanted to thank the CFL for bringing the fun back into football. Well, I'll tell you, when he's on your team, it's all you can have is fun out there. He makes things happen. He can get rid of the ball so quickly, plus if they are blitzing him, he gets away from the guys, and he can throw the ball perfectly to you, and I think he really proved to the league again yesterday why he's the most outstanding player.
And he throws it to everybody. 4 receivers with at least 6 catches. All of you averaged at least or more than 10 yards per catch. So there's real teamwork in the receiving corps.
Yeah, well, that's been the case all year. I think you look from week to week who has the statistics, and it's a different guy every week. And each game there's a few guys with either 100 yards or 80 yards, whatever. Yeah, Doug spreads it around, and that's what he does best. And if he doesn't throw the ball, then he runs with it, and he makes things happen.
Now, if the Stampeders had their choice and could have put another import in your spot yesterday, which they may well be able to do next year, who knows? I doubt they'd have chosen that option. Dave Sapun just would have played anyway. Given that fact, are you concerned about the future of Canadians like yourself in the CFL if the expansion goes ahead?
Of course I am. You know, I don't think I would have made this league if there was not a ratio. I needed a couple of years to develop my skills, and I had that opportunity because we had the ratio. So I think you can look at some other players in the league. You look at Ray Elgard, Jeff Fairholm, Blake Marshall. I mean, there's so many talented Canadians. But when you come out of the CIAU specifically, you need a couple of years or a year to adjust to the talent that you're playing against in the CFL. You know, as far as I'm concerned, next year, if there is not a ratio, I think I can compete with the Americans and win a starting position. But my concern comes into the players, the CIAU players that are going to come out of college in the future. I think they're going to have a very difficult time making the CFL. And when we talk about expansion, I'm for expansion. I think the league has been stagnant for too many years, and I think we need a change in the league. But I'm against changing the ratio. I don't know how they can get around it, but I am strongly against changing the Canadian-American ratio.
How do you feel about this being an issue in the House of Commons, as Winnipeg MP Lloyd Axworthy will make it?
Well, I think it's great. I think it's great to see some leaders step up and have an interest in this. You know, I don't know exactly what's going to be going on there and how serious it is, but obviously if Lloyd's stepping up and making a deal of it, then there are some people that have a strong opinion about it, and it's great to see because we must maintain the Canadians in the Canadian game.
Dave, congratulations on your win yesterday. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you, Dave.
Another short timeout now on TSN Inside Sports. When we continue, we will deal with Lloyd Axworthy's attempt to make CFL expansion to the U.S. against the law. We'll be right back. Next year's Grey Cup game, whether it be played in Toronto or in Calgary, as Stampeder owner Larry Rickman is hoping, just might involve a team from Portland or Sacramento or San Antonio. The CFL may be interested in Albuquerque, New Mexico, too. Yesterday's Grey Cup did have observers from all those places. If you're a foe of expansion of the states, perhaps you're saying already the Grey Cup has become the Super Bowl, which is noted for the sort of blowout we saw yesterday. Lloyd Axworthy is trying to make sure there will be no U.S.-based team in next year's Grey Cup or in any other year's Grey Cup for that matter. The Winnipeg MP has put forward a private member's bill in Parliament that would ban expansion to the U.S. Lloyd Axworthy speaks to us from Ottawa. Lloyd, so that we understand your Stop CFL expansion bill correctly, if that is the gist of it, what wording do we need to understand it a little more completely?
Well, Dave, what I really did is I went back to the bill that was introduced in the House of Commons back in 1974, you know, when the USFL was planning to come into Toronto, and it had a two-way set of restrictions, one about American teams coming in and also CFL teams going in to the United States. And it basically says that CFL teams would not be allowed to have franchises in the U.S. centers.
Of course, the difference between now and 1974 is that then the league was all for the bill, and now it seems to be against us. Does that make a difference in your mind?
Well, it does. I don't know if there's a universal agreement on both sides. We have a pretty prominent football person in Winnipeg named Cal Murphy, who's, as you know, has been less than enthusiastic, and there's a lot of others. But, Dave, I want to say, I mean, my primary point is to get the debate open on this issue. I think that it is something that goes beyond just a decision of the league owners or the commissioner. There's a lot of Canadians who have a stake in this issue. A lot of us who like the CFL and want to see it prosper but don't want to see it lose its distinctive character, and that's why Parliament should be the proper form in which this thing is looked at.
Do I dare say a referendum might be necessary?
No, this would be a more legitimate parliamentary examination, and I would, you know, I thought Larry Reichman from the Stampeders put the right perspective on it. I read one of his comments when he said, yeah, look, it is important to have a debate where this is not just purely pocketbook economics. I mean, economics are a part of it, but it's also, as we all understand, part of our history and our heritage and perhaps even a little bit of our future too.
I do see one benefit for the league. You may not think this is the best way to praise your bill, but those who think expansion is wrong would have to agree, I think, that the damage has already been done. If the league expands, or if it fails to expand, the league isn't going to look good either. But if it doesn't expand and politicians can be blamed, maybe the league's off the hook.
Well, let me put a different spin on that. I think one of the maybe benefits, at least it may focus the attention of a lot of Canadians who've taken the CFL for granted, and to say, oh gosh, I'm not going to go to the game this weekend because I'm going to go to the lake or something. Maybe they realize there's an awful lot at stake here, and that if we're going to keep this institution and keep a place where young Canadians coming up to junior or college ranks can play, then they're going to have to put a little bit more effort into it. And I would hope that the same kind of examination would take place at the city level, provincial levels, because, you know, there are amusement taxes. I was watching Wayne Gretzky speak yesterday, who talked about $1 million rental fee for the Sky Dome. Well, it's no wonder that there's an economic crunch when there's an enormous burden of costs being put on there. And I think for those of us, and I agree with you, who feel the CFL could and should be an institution that's that stays as part of a Canadian context, then the onus is to show how it can happen that way. But equally, and I want to make this point, for those who talk about expansion, they have to prove that their economic case makes sense. I mean, I've looked at the record, and San Antonio hasn't exactly been a flourishing, fertile ground for football teams. And I'm afraid that we have this image in Canada that the panacea exists south of the border. I think we better be very careful before we buy in to that kind of sometimes false economic security.
Lloyd, thanks very much.
Pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for talking to me.
I'll be back with the last word. Could it be the last word on this issue? Right after this.
TSN Inside Sports, brought to you by Mazda. It just feels right. And by Valvoline Motor Oil. People who know use Valvoline.
If the CFL is floundering or dying, it has a right to reach for its own lifeline. If to restrict its operation to Canadian soil is to kill it, there's no reason to support a bill that aims to help it. But then there's the reverse argument, that expansion means the extinction of Canadian football players, the Canadian Football League, Canadian football period, and that if they are to carry on, they must do so in Canada. I don't know if the House of Commons is the place to buy one theory and discard the other, but it has to happen somewhere, unless you want the CFL to be changed forever by a handful of owners, some of whom don't understand its tradition and don't care if Canadians play in it. Maybe ultimately they don't even care if Canadians watch it. If Canadians care about those things, they'll make sure expansion works for them or not at all. If they don't care, then maybe it is the Owners' League to do with as they wish. At the risk of putting this issue next to the Charlottetown Accord, it's worthy of debate. But if Lloyd Axworthy's bill ever comes to a vote, I think the CFL is doomed, for that would mean the league and the country couldn't agree. That's the last word for this evening, but the forum is open to your thoughts as well. We'll air comments from viewers from time to time, and here's how to be heard. Write to TSN Inside Sports, 1155 Leslie Street, Don Mills, Ontario, M3C 2J6, or send us a fax at 416-391-8275. That's TSN Inside Sports for another day. Thank you for watching. I'm Dave Hodge, and I hope you'll be with us again tomorrow.